Okay.
Because I was like, if that's the case, I'm in trouble. No, because like I had on that one for somebody that's no longer here. The one for my birth mother, that one's on there. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, to the last person that passed away.
Yeah.
We were gonna get tattoos together.
Wow.
So like, we was gonna get mom daughter tattoos,
and
like. Part of me, good morning, India. Part of me was like, I kind of want to honor that.
Yeah.
Because we were going to, but at the same time, like, I kind of want to get the okay of her kids too. Like, yo, are you comfortable with like me tattooing her nickname on me? Like, at the same time, but like, I know her kids. They're like, girl, you fine. Yeah. Like, you grown. Let's all go together. Yeah. But like,
I think it's always the Harrington because I watched somebody that made a statement because spiritually, you just have them to a place. Spiritually, but whether you go good or bad, you can get into a frequency and get caught up. So I think it's always about the heart intent. That's why here I go talking trash. That's when people are talking about even like yoga, tadasana, poses, and self-healing. And once again, this is not based off of deep study doctrine. This is just my experience. That when I did yoga, unfortunately, the high power is Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, the God, the King of Kings, above all and all through all. Your elements, I keep telling people, your elements doesn't exist without my God.
Right.
So if I you can worship your son God Tadasana. Oh no, the King of Kings. Okay, my Father and my God that can heal. Because I think certain things. This is just me talking. I think certain things in the Black church are unknown and scary. Because if the Indians believe, and I say Indian as the Buddhist religious folks.
Oh, you mean that not feather?
Dot and the fellas and
I said dot not feather.
Yeah.
Like,
but my thing is if they believe that the body can self-heal and it works, that lets me know that my God has given me the ability to sit down in a place and to command my body to follow my instructions. But you have the faith to believe like that. So I'm not, granted, y'all method I don't approve of because once again, the fat man don't exist without me. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to the fact that the God that I decide to serve is above all. That's why I'm the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. The Bible doesn't dismiss the fact that there's Baal over here. Right. The Bible, the instruction says, have no other God before me. So I'm not knocking the fact that your God may even exist to you in your world. What I'm saying is the God I serve is superior. I'm talking about even check me if you want to, boo. Kim it. And listen, the eagle doesn't exist without my God.
Morning, Erica again. Morning.
The body doesn't exist without my God. So I choose to serve the God that's above all, in all, and through all. So get me started on my little hotel. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. You better get a bigger chronicles. I'm just like cutting up. We were just talking about tattoos, and that just led to Leviticus, and that's just some other stuff.
You know what? We should probably just change the question of the day.
To tattoos. The tattoos?
We might as well. Because I can see this being a different kind of, you know what, let me tag you. Let me just go on and tag you on this. Because I kind of feel like she needs to be a participant in this conversation.
I'm about to pull up on my side. Okay. Right. We got 3 minutes to do the bigger chronicles. But definitely.
Tagging people. We're going to be talking about tattoos for question of the day. Tagging people. Get your insight.
Is passion enough when pursuing your dream?
Oh, we might say that tomorrow. Or we can pick it up today.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see how this transition, because that could be,
Facts.
This radio station transitions real quick.
But what y'all think about, what is your thoughts about tattoos? What is, those who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube, what are your thoughts about getting a tag? You going to hell? Or guy got to post your bail? Like, what's happening?
I used to be against it.
Yeah. Is God posting?
I used to be against it, because the Bible says, I don't
I know.
but at the same time, you know what I mean? I thought, like, after thinking about it, you know, because that's just how I used to roll. And then, like, then my mom was like, y'all can't get tattoos or get your ears pierced until after I die. And I told mommy, like, mommy, you're probably not going to die until I'm like 50. So, like, I'm not even going to want to get tattoos until I'm 50. But I digress. So I was really against it because it just seemed like it wasn't something to do. Nobody other than my mother has ever really told me I should not. But like, but you know, but then on the flip side, everybody started.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I said this before.
And then I was like, and then my thought process was, as long as my tattoo isn't just something random or something stupid, as long as my tattoo means something and has a usefulness, it can be used for something, then it's fine. Like the tattoo I got the other day is because I can be quick to move on things, and see like telling me to
once again, I'm gonna say this, and I see what Leviticus says, and we can get into the book. Yo, don't come for me for the book of Leviticus because we don't.
You've been studying.
No, this is all. This we got 40 seconds because if that's the case, it's a single with polyester and cotton, two different fabrics. Okay, we gonna pull it. But I'm gonna tell you why. The display of sin being present hits harder in the black church than its reality. I mean, that makes sense later on.
Okay.
That makes sense. I learned after, you know, when we start getting into white worship. You know.
This is Tamla Man and David Man. I said, okay. Going in hot.
Beautiful, intelligent, and graceful.
Jay Sheree, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and on this wondrous Wednesday, it is Wednesday.
Wondrous.
It is Wednesday. Okay. On this wondrous Wednesday, I really want to deal with something that I've been studying, but also just recently got delivered from in the last 24 hours. So I want to actually talk about trauma and how you are not your trauma. So you guys know I'm in school to be a therapist. One of my classes talks about the psychology of trauma and the things that your body and your mind goes through, especially if you experience adolescent trauma and the things that go along with that. So, you know, in the study of trauma, you know, some people when they experience ACEs, which is adolescent traumas that they have, I'm not gonna go into all the technical terms because I don't want to confuse y'all. But it talks about how if you experience trauma at a very young age, you know, it can result in different kind of things. And for me, where it related was weight gain and how you try to prove your worthiness because of your trauma as a child. And when I kept thinking about it, I also thought about how we as women and men, we go through certain traumatic experiences, and during those traumatic experiences, it alters our perception of ourselves mentally and spiritually, and we get to the place where we find ourselves unworthy for God to use us because of a trauma that we never dealt with in our childhoods or in our adult lives. So in this Big Girl Chronicles, I want to let you know you are not your trauma. If God has called you, He found you worthy, and your trauma does not have to be the determining factor of the trajectory of your life.
Come on.
Your trauma is something that happened to you, but you overcame, and this is why you're still here. This is why you're still doing wonderful, doing amazing. Because even when I took the test about trauma, I had 8 out of the 10 trauma, like 10 factors of the trauma. And on paper, I look messed up, but in God's eyes, I look amazing. And it's crazy how I can go through so much and still have a smile on my face and still entertain y'all with Big Girl Chronicles. And that's just living proof to me that I am not my trauma. And for everybody listening to this broadcast, you are not your trauma. It was a situation that happened. And yes, healing and wholeness is necessary.
Yeah.
But just because science and psychology tells you need to be a certain way, God says that you are something else. Because you're beautiful. You're intelligent. And you're graceful.
Right.
You're a big girl.
You're what?
You're a big girl, you're a big guy.
Yeah,
You're a big girl, you're a big girl, you're a big guy.
Absolutely on point. And then, here we go.
Wait until the province corner.
No, the trauma in those elements. In the conversation today, I don't know how we got here, in regards to tattooing. I don't know how to answer this question. All I hear is trauma and tattooing, but like, say you get tattooed in your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Does your tattoo not become a trigger for you?
For some people, well, me personally, some of my tattoos were closure for me. So like it sounds crazy because it's like God should be enough, and God is enough. So don't be like she ain't, God was enough for her. But it was a finality for me, and it helped me be able to go into the process that I needed to do grief. So like when a certain person passed away a few years ago, when I got the tattoo, I was like, yo, this is real. And it helped me start my process. It sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy, but then this is just me, who I am. But then my question is that gonna be the method for the rest of your life?
Well, no, because everybody that has passed away is not tatted.
He's not here just it's that time.
If I was tatted for every person that's passed away in my life, I would look like Machine Gun Kelly. Like
I just my personal desire is once I get a good solid arm muscle, forget the rest of the body, just one good arm muscle. I want my praying hand to be tatted up, like all the way.
The walking desert.
Father God in the name, what is this? My miracle arm. This is all God. Why is the arm so strong, man? God is blessed.
The one arm he's been working out the whole time.
Listen, this big break in the morning is going down. Listen. We're talking about tattoos. Yes or no? Is it sin? Is it not sin? We got so much more for you guys today. Don't move. Don't go nowhere. Stay locked in the fire. 716 Radio on fire. 716 Radio. Because it's fire. 716 Radio. Right now it's fire, really. 716 Radio.
Because we fiery on fire. 716 Radio.
Big break in the morning.
Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Court. Morning, Marquita.
Morning. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it.
How you feel about
How you feel about as a certified believer?
I do got a card.
Right. How do you feel about tattoos and being tatted?
Or memorial tattoos for that matter.
Or memorial tattoos. Memorial tattoos for me is just a little shaky for me because I get it, but then I get it.
Morning, and
well, me personally, you know what? Don't judge me on that one, okay? Because I don't even say obituary. I don't know.
You don't say that.
I'm just gonna be confessing right now. I put obituaries in the garbage. I don't have a drawer for them. I don't have a stand for them. I have not preserved.
I keep them for a while.
I can't. This is just me. This is just Frank. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I just don't feel like
if something happened to you, better keep my obituary.
You gotta
keep it.
I'm gonna burn it. Set it on fire. Take it, Lord.
I don't even remember. No, I don't. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. It doesn't exist.
This is your spirit.
Marquita says tattoo. I have a few. So.
Oh yeah, listen. It was crazy. Frank, I got two big ones.
I have 6.
Okay. And I got those no more.
But you got my 6 equals up to your 2. Your joint is big. Like my joint is little.
It's just the lion head, tribal lion head with the Jesus cross with the eagle wings. Okay.
I've never seen it. Seems like
all of my tattoos fit in his one tattoo. And
just like right here.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know.
And then
I've never seen you.
You haven't seen him sleepless.
And the next one is supposed to be praying hands holding up what's above it. That's all I got so far. I don't know what.
Morning, Lady B. Welcome to the broadcast.
Put their hands in the fire.
Listen, Lady B, we talking about tattoos.
I thought I need to go grab my Bible or something.
As the believer,
Talk about these things.
is it wrong to get tattoos or get memorial tattoos?
This is where this is what I said earlier today. I know what Leviticus said. I mean, I want to get into Leviticus for real. We all in trouble.
She said, "Oh, tattoo with the hurt."
You know, if we get into the book of Leviticus, we in trouble with our garments. If you got menstrual cycle, you're in trouble. You are unclean.
Yeah.
So if you want to walk in the Levitical book, we can walk through the fence. Okay, that's not
Okay, and I want another. And Marquita says, "And I want another." But the pull is always knowing the word and abiding by it. Oh, precious.
So now let's
I feel bad because I got all my tattoos as a believer. Like none of them was post salvation. I mean, pre-salvation.
And this is my thing. I believe that it's your heart's intent. Number two, I can't get past this moment. Mind you, that what's pressing for us as a black church is visual signals of sin. Mm-hmm. Meaning that if you're homosexual, because I can see the presentation of that, I know you're in that.
Right.
I can see the woman being pregnant, I know you're fornicating, I can see you in that. Right. When you get an ear piercing, I have the possibility of seeing you in something. Not saying that it means that, right, but it can say so. Getting a tattoo just so that you can possibly be in the world. These are just now visible points to the possibility of a reality of sin that you could be in, could have been in, but I don't know the difference upon my arrival. Because we have the expectation that when we see the believer in the church, they look a certain kind of way. The reality is it's not true. Everybody's a little bit different. When you talk Leviticus, and that's your point of reference as far as tattooing, I got to put a scripture out this morning.
You just put Leviticus. But see, that's the thing. Like, I guess in my experience, because there's been tattoos because I asked God before, and people think I'm crazy when I say ask God before I get any tattoo. I really do, because there was a couple tattoos. God was like, absolutely not. Like it was like before I even got to sit inside my mouth. God, no. Like absolutely not. But like also on the same time, some like when people have seen my tattoos, they see my nose ring, and they see my blue hair. And when they find out I'm a believer, it's like, oh, so I relate to you. Because like I've had people like ask me questions about God, people actually interested in God because I don't look like church.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go through the whole looking like church, whatever, because to a degree, I get it. I understand why you do look like church, and also why the benefits why you don't look like church. It's both. I get both concepts. But I got a question for you, and I'm going to put this question out here, and y'all please forgive me, but I'm going to put it out here anyway.
That cyclone is making
it makes sense. If you see someone with a pierced tongue, what do you think? When you see that, let's go both ways, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I feel like I want you. It's part two. We have.
I'm gonna be honest.
No, part two. I want you to know that we already having this conversation in the spirit. This is just the day of the moment. It's just not random. Mm-hmm. All right, so the young lady has her tongue is pierced. Okay. What's your thought process about that?
She is either dealing with an oral fixation. Or she's sucking it.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. Because no, right.
You did not hear his answer. He said oral fixation, or she's a contributor of the hit factor.
Yes. So this is right. So this is the concept that we associated with the piercing. Right. But to her, it could just be an added jewelry piece to add flavor to my style of who I am. Right. But because we have the notion that this is what this is for, we assume.
Right. See, I guess for me, it's different because I wanted a tongue ring back in the day. Like, it wasn't because of my lifestyle. It was just like, I thought tongue rings were cute. Mm-hmm. Now, if I see the dude with a tongue ring, I'm not gonna lie, there is
definitely questioning.
I'm definitely there is a preconceived
but only because I'm like, bro. I'm gonna act. Well, no, I ain't gonna judge him. I ain't gonna judge him, but I'm definitely. If I see the dude with a tongue ring,
you assume
I would ask him. I'm like, yo, bro, why do you get a tongue ring? Like, I just want to know.
Because of my experience in life, every dude that I know that's have a tongue ring is out there.
So watch it. And that's why I say we already have a preset notion assigned to certain things. So there was a time point
but at the same time, I want to reiterate that just because you got a tongue ring, you may think that you may or may not suck penis. That does not mean I think that you are a freak or a hoe. Because that You do something.
Right.
Regardless if you're in a relationship, you can be married. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's
if you marry with a tongue ring, that's different.
no, but watch it. But that
I still think
is it because
I'm gonna take it the same way.
because watch
It
this.
comes out more
No,
appropriate.
because
You
now
marry with
no. I'm gonna tell you two situations. Number one, when you see that person, now you think, oh my God, they're giving oral fixation to who? Oh, their husband. Oh my God. Now there's
I don't care about that.
Now there's no
I don't care about that. Get yours.
no, it sounds good, and then you gotta figure out what that look like. Okay, these are triggers. Number two, I remember as a young kid, I was maybe
I didn't start thinking
probably
about
12. No. I might have been 13, 14. And I went to a set pastor's house to ask about if their kids available to play outside.
Mm-hmm.
And at the young age, the woman that got his wife had her belly button pierced,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just in her home. She was at home just let her live her life. And she had to happen to live with her shirt, not intentionally. Nothing like, oh, I'm trying to seduce you on there.
Right.
Just randomly. But as a 14-year-old young, and I was holy then. Okay, it was being a Lord. Okay, and I was just like. Okay. Just mental. Now, mind you, my storyline is different.
That's why I told him,
My
I'm like, this
storyline-
is a little different.
At 7 and 8, we was watching the same thing.
Right.
Okay. But I was saying all that to say that there are certain things that have a certain kind of stigma to them. And even in church, they put a stigma to certain kind of presentation.
But the belly rings,
Yeah,
and belly rings in church
totally different thing.
now are more socially acceptable than tongue rings. Because
Well,
like if somebody has a belly ring, like okay, if you wear a crop top in church, like, and I mean like all your surely goodness and mercy, like we can almost see your nips,
Assumption.
like that. Then there's gonna be like, yo, that's really inappropriate. But like, if we having a church trip and you wearing and you got a belly ring, people be like, oh, she just got a belly ring. Like, I don't think like unless you old.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be with you.
No.
I've never thought anything about belly rings because belly rings to me have always been a cultural.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought anything of belly rings. The only reason why I think anything about tongue rings is because you watch movies and
Right.
either like vampires got tongue rings or this got tongue rings or
so that same concept is for people with tattoos. There's an idea that certain people with tattoos live a certain kind of lifestyle, and I understand that we're more advanced. I understand that we are where we are, and we understand that they don't.
when I was in the church,
but there are people who still. So there are going to be old heads who still think, oh, whoa.
next to the
But then there's an assumption about everything when you think about it. So like I know people like that. So I know like a couple people that their outfits where somebody may be like that's not appropriate, but like I know somebody who can rock a high-waisted pants with a cute little crop top. It's not showing nothing, and some cute pants and some cute heels, and look perfectly fine. Or I know somebody that can wear leggings that maybe have like designs in the leggings. But that's all considered inappropriate if you talk to certain people. So it gets to the point like
I'm going to be very as forward as I can be. Everybody's not graced to wear the same thing, and depending upon where you worship, where you live, and how you operate, you got to know the lay of the land, and that's the real thing. Because just because you can wear it at Timbuktu, how come you can wear it over here?
Right.
We're not the same, and let me help you real quick, and that's okay. Because I'm not gonna shut down the old regime because it makes sense to me. Because let me just give y'all this fact. The old regime limited wearing certain things for the protection of one's mind.
Right.
Okay? Because a man is drawn away by his own lust. Right. But then if I can limit how much ammo I give him, vice versa, because them men wearing them prints in the front of the church, vice versa. So I understand why certain things were worn.
Right.
So I get it. I do understand that now times are changing, and modesty level is different than what it was before. We don't need long jean dresses, sneakers, and you might.
Well, that's what they now the women wearing pants back in the day. It was like women shouldn't wear pants, and then they reference some scripture that was completely out of context. But like in my experience, a woman in pants is a lot less revealing than a woman in a skirt, especially when she has a shape. Because when you have a shape and you're in like a pencil skirt, it's gonna show. It's gonna show.
Let's go back to pants. Let's go back to Tina Turner. When legs were a thing, okay? Legs, Okay, when legs were shaped and it gave flow. So I get it. A skirt, them jean skirt might give you some back shape and side shape, but it ain't giving no details. Because I'm gonna tell y'all how it go right now. Y'all don't want to know the truth, but welcome to Good Morning America.
Which is Big Frank in the morning.
So it is. I don't want to know the truth.
I'm gonna be.
Go ahead. Keep it.
How I was raised in the church.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard. And this is for real. I've never heard Bishop complain about anything anybody has ever done. The only people I've ever heard complain usually are the mothers or the, at the time, middle-aged women that went to the church. Obviously, no dude is going to complain because he either don't care, he in his lust, or it's not even on his mind. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like the same thing with kids. Like, kids can wear stuff that you might be like, maybe the kid shouldn't wear it, but other people, it's not even in their mind because they like, it's a kid, I don't care what the kid got on. You know what I mean? So, like, how I was raised in the church, you know, as far as women and wearing things, I've never, other than, like I said, since my mother has 4 boys and my sisters are grown, I never heard my mother complain about anything that girls wear in church. I've heard my mom complain about more stuff that girls wear outside in public than at church. And
some things, the things that we're calling law and religion, has only been for your safety.
Right.
Now I'm about to go.
Which I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with the old way because, like you said, I understand. I understand why. I understand why it was there. I understand why it was there. I understand the principle. It's the same.
I'm gonna need to reach out to you because I'm gonna need some strawberries.
It's the same thing with New and Old Testament. I understand that the Old Testament matters because it was there and you needed to know it. It's important. But at the same time, we do live in race. No. So like I get so the Old Testament is very important. It still matters. Yes. The things of the Old Testament are still true. Yes. You know what I mean? Though some things we built, some things that had a wall, we now build a bridge, and that bridge is now grace. Yeah. And that's just how it is.
And I'm gonna say
not gonna say way about clothes.
Because you said something about the middle-aged women and the mothers saying something about the daughters and those coming in their garments. And I get coming in as you are, but watch this. I'm gonna say it how I want to say it.
My mama say
for your safety, because granted, it's easy to be nice about it for the church. No, for real, Me Too movement. For your safety, I would implore you to wear this instead of coming in this garment, because I want to know we understand humanity here. Right. No, I want to talk about this part of the religion, folks, and how they got here. Right. They didn't come in off the street, all just boom, boom. I know what preachers did with the text and all that, but let's keep it a buck in 100. If we know that we got molestation is real. Rape is real, both male and female, some stuff is going on. So listen, woman, you might cover this up. It's easy to say, oh yeah, for the house of God. God ain't stunting your clothes. He ain't stunting your clothes.
They was gonna say that is just have respect for yourself kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I say. But the truth of the matter is, that man's a man. Right. Y'all don't want to know the truth. No, and all men are not as disciplined. Right. Because the man is drawn away by his own lust. Not saying that it's your fault. Not saying that it's you to blame. Right. But what I'm telling you is, because men can be vultures. Men, don't get in power or not, can lack integrity. So that you're not a victim. Right. I would suggest that you to cover it up. No, it wasn't delivered like that. Right. It's not delivered like that. No. But I would rather you be a little wise when you come in here.
But and this was my issue with it. Because the mother said he came for me. It was what it was. And it was because I played sports, my body shape, like, if I brought back high school pictures, I had body acne. But, like, it was less evident in pants. When I was in a dress, I got more attention. Because it was like, oh, my God, she got a shape. As opposed to when I was wearing dress pants and cute little sweaters, I wasn't getting that attention. And I would get like my grandmother, Lena, she had it going. My grandmother was like, you ain't gonna keep coming for my granddaughter. But because of, like, the times I did wear a dress, it was like men like, old nasty men.
Mm-hmm.
When I wore pants, they wasn't thinking about me. And that's what got on my nerves. I'm like, for a woman, for her protection and when she feels safe and that's not accentuating the parts that you are steady talking about, let the woman just wear the pants. She ain't in here. They're not hip huggers. They're not super tight. They are just dress pants. Let them wear pants. And it was the same thing when I colored my hair. You ain't supposed to color your hair. A woman's hair is her glory. You ain't supposed to cut it. Ain't nobody think about you, grandma. Like not for real. Because at the end of the day, like, God, I never got convicted when I cut my hair. I never got convicted when I colored my hair. So it was like, if God is okay with this, I need you to be okay.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I've never heard anything.
You never.
About a girl
I don't always. Watch it.
You know,
Just because there's no conviction. This is why it's important to know where you are. And know where you. God may not convict me because it's not wrong.
Right.
But for example, the church I was a part of, they were Jesus only. Our church was more liberal, but the organization-wise, they had doors on their head, little cup paper things, and all these scarves and stuff, and laptops and everything, and that was what was required. Now, our church was a little bit more liberal, so it wasn't a requirement, but when we went to convocation, we adjusted to the scene. Because Paul said, when you run what Romans do, you don't have to accommodate, but yet knowing I am who I am.
Right.
And I think that certain places have got a certain time limit as well. Granted, y'all can't hold me to this. But now here we are now, getting ready, because I'm putting my sister on blast.
Please don't.
Listen, because you like your chucks.
Please don't.
Okay.
I mean, I know I do like my chucks. I love chucks, but when convocation came, I was in dress shoes and a skirt.
So, and what happens, even this past Sunday, we got pressure put on us by our First Lady.
I was hurting.
Because Sunday we don't wear our collars. Well, no, this Sunday I want you to dress like you're going somewhere. Because there's a level of people having to see you in your success. I understand what's comfortable for you and what you like and chill out, but what does success look like on you? I'm not talking about flexing and trying to be out here Cuban, but looking like you're going somewhere and you're somebody. And there is a black church culture that exists, and because I don't care how you like it, and I'll be coming in 10 seconds. We're in that. Whether you want to go to the chapel or not.
I can hear you. So is we on it?
Oh, the whole time was on here. That's crazy.
Oh, are you serious? Okay, so
Fire 716 Radio really never left. We've been here the whole time. Apparently.
Congratulations, you got a preview of the behind the scenes footage.
Fact and music. Okay, you probably like, what is going on here? That's my fault. Sometimes the conversation just get good. So the conversation has been tattoos and culture. And even just dealing with the old school church and the new school church and finding the balance in between that. I think that like everything that they said was not biblical at all.
No.
Because they said you was going to help wear red lipstick.
They said a lot of things.
Things.
What was I listening to? I was listening to who was it? I was listening to T.D. Jakes.
Yeah.
And he said the church has so many sayings, they ain't got nothing to do with Jesus.
No fact.
And I was like, that's a fact.
Listen. No, yesterday in Bible study, now I've said this word, a will in the middle of a wheel.
Yeah.
That is not.
I have no idea what that means. Never have I.
Now I gave my own conclusion to it because I thought about the wheel of a tire, and then inside the tire is another wheel, but then it spokes. So I thought it was always a support system, okay? But it is a wheel. It's nothing to what I thought. It's a prophecy.
And also the song.
Right. It's a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
And I thought it was like W-I-L-L.
Yeah, I thought it was will in the wheel.
So like God's will in your wheel of life, so it's ever changing with the Lord. Like that was me.
Yeah,
you got to eat. The song ain't know what you're talking about.
So we've been assigned to dig into that this week for next week Bible study at 4600 Union Road at Buffalo, New York. Zion Quest, 6 p.m. But it just talks about how many things that we've said in church that don't qualify. And then like I'll say this again. I keep saying this because I read Leviticus about a few years ago. I read Leviticus, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy," because if you want to judge me on a tattoo, when your period comes, you shouldn't be leaving the house because you're considered unclean.
I wish we could have a week's leave from leaving the house.
And anything that you touch is now unclean. Anything that you get engaged in, no, it's unclean. and touch nothing dead, ever,
Right.
ever. Because you're unclean. When you got to get into that, when they talk about the linen, don't wear polyester and cotton. Okay, but what it was, and I think G.E. Patterson said it like this. He said there was people who were wearing women clothes at that time, and they were in an alternate lifestyle, if you will. They were just feminine, and that's just feminine. Because feminine, that's a whole other situation. Feminine. Come on, Mike. Feminine is not homosexuality.
Right.
I'll say it again. Feminine is not homosexuality. Just because a man is feminine doesn't mean he's living an alternate lifestyle. I'm just saying.
And speaking of alternate lifestyles, Chris Brown. Chris Brown's victim, who claimed that he attacked her, is a lie.
I be trying to tell y'all.
Well, because the text, keep receipts, people. The text, right after the quote unquote sexual assault, said that was the best D I ever had. So and she proceeded to send him nudes. Don't scroll it. We need it. She proceeded to continue to send nudes to him. She pretty much started. But Chris Brown said, Chris Brown was actually faded. He actually did admit that he was faded in the text message. He was like, get a plan B because I was faded and I don't remember what happened. But it wasn't sexual assault because she said it was the best deed she ever had.
Because this is how I feel. This is no shot to the movement of the Me Too. Because when old girl came out and said it, everybody's jumping and and you enjoyed the occasion. Not only did you enjoy the occasion, but you're still trying to get another round. You're still sending nudity. That's not a word or not. But it's like, and this is why I was saying, and I think even just as human beings, jumping to the conclusion, give me more context.
Well, and that's the thing. When we first dropped the story, I said if it's true.
Yeah.
Because Trey Songz was different. We had evidence and receipts. We had a lot of receipts for Trey Songz. But I was saying if it's true, he needs to serve sentence for it. If it's not true.
what now this is I'm talking reckless. What if this story comes out and Trey's like, oh dang, that worked? Got receipts too. And just saying.
Well, but there was physical evidence from the hospital.
Yeah.
DNA.
It was yes and no. Because evidence, you're gonna be making room for people, right? Yes and no. But two, it could have been something that she tried that just didn't work out for her. You wasn't graced for that. I'm sorry, I'm cutting up. Listen, all right, listen, facts. But
I just gave him the illest look for those who are listening right now.
I get it. No, but it's like
so Chris Brown is off the hook.
He off the hook for this occasion.
For this occasion, he's still old for that dog. So his dog. Remember, the dog attacked the maid, and he $50 million. Yeah. So he offered this lawsuit of $20 million, but he still got a $50 million pending.
Yeah. So. But people child. That's crazy. Listen, assuming, okay? That's where we in trouble at, assuming. Okay? Asking all them questions, making statements, assuming. Listen, don't go nowhere. We're still rocking out. Big Frank in the morning, right on 5716. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yo, real talk, that yawn look real exaggerated online. I was like, yo. But no, seriously, getting back to our original topic and stuff like that, I understand the mothers. Yeah. I do. Because my grandmother and her best friend Pee Wee did was OG, triple OGGs, triple OGGs. Her thing was, don't come in here, because I'm obviously top heavy. Don't come in here with your breasts out. Mm-hmm. Don't come in here with your pants too tight. Mm-hmm. And then it shifted. Really, you weren't tied to church, but it was just kind of the wardrobe in itself was not much of an issue with my grandmother and her best friends. Where some of the other church mothers was just pants is for men. Men is only supposed to wear pants, and I was just like, if that's the case, why is your dress suits with pants?
But I guess in the moment you don't realize it because the moment was like, dang, Nick, for real, seriously. But then you realize everybody's their advancement of growing up is different. Mm-hmm. So they're only reiterating what they were taught. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I hear you, and I think coming into yourself and learning and digging for yourself is important. But I understand the mother. I get it. I understand it. This is how you were taught. This is how you were trained. I understand it. But through my discovery, I found some things out.
Right.
But then what I do know to do is that when I go to some place, I'm going to respect you. I'm not going to pull up everywhere in this outfit over here.
Right.
I can go to I will go to my church in shorts, sneakers, and praise God and give God praise. But I wouldn't go
nowhere else
to Holy Temple in that outfit. And for them, I just wouldn't do that because I just know I have a change of clothes in the trunk.
But then see, that's the thing. Like our church, like this past Sunday when we had to dress up, like if our mothers is watching, don't be offended. Our mothers was like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful! I need to see you like that more often. Enjoy this, because next Sunday I'm gonna be in pants."
Because what Sunday did is because at some point this is just we don't know you. We have no idea who you are.
Right.
So your first impression is your best. Is just what
you know what's crazy? I be saying that all the time when people be like, "I'm going to church, people judge me." I'm like, look. It's like I don't like judgmental people. I'm like, look, everybody judge people. I was like, no matter where you at, how you is, I was like, everybody's gonna have a first impression of you. I was like, you can't. I was like, not saying that it's right or wrong, but you shouldn't take offense of no one's first impression if you ain't bring your best.
Yeah, and I'm
gonna that first impression. It's okay to not be your best in the first impression, because damn, first impression of damn is probably always gonna be sweatpants, some sneakers that he probably. Wore all the way out in a hoodie, and that's just what it is. And you might be like, "Yo, damn, broke," and I might be that day. You know what I mean? I don't know. But like later on, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, "Yo, damn, cool."
So when the mother said that, and I get it, y'all look like somebody. I'm just saying this, and I get it as far as being able to relate. Y'all don't look regular. When y'all look good, y'all look like y'all hold some weight somewhere. You look like that when I see you. So granted, for those who are just coming to church to see you. It's people in the pews fighting than the team on the front row. Like, it's like, but when I see you, but I understand how award wearing those clothes don't define you, but it speaks. I walk in places just based off them not knowing who I am at all. I'm just a servant, elder. Oh, pastor, where we going? No, not me. Bishop is on the way. I was waiting.
Right.
Oh, you just look. Your execution of how you're delivering yourself right now just falls under the category of somebody who look a little regal. You look like you might be got some oil on somebody, And I'm not saying that clothes are the definition of you, because I tell you, our leader went from, but when it came to church, suit rocking, whatever, Bible study jeans, a hoodie, packed aside, cut a haircut, the oil still works. And I think it's a matter of also us taking just like, present yourself. Like you're somebody occasionally, like legit. And I think that's what Sunday was about for us. I want y'all to present yourself, not just that you can wear, just black and white and put it however you want to, but I want y'all to look like we're getting ready to go somewhere. Because people outside of those who know us or that we've ministered to personally, they don't know who you are. Oh, who's that? Oh, just for example. If I continue to just wear just regular clothes, little black, little sweatpants, or whatever the case to church, and I stay in the back, you wouldn't assume I'm just a sound man.
Right.
I'm just a sound man, that's cameraman. But then the Sunday you get, he's really the preacher. but it's like, I'm confused.
But see, I struggle with that. Yeah. Because talking to people now,
I want to preach in jeans.
The Lord's not going to let me preach in jeans. I already know it. But I know, talking to people now, especially people who have seen COG and or I've introduced them to, they was like, "Yo, I'm comfortable here because people look like me." So they're used to the dressed up. They're used to the big hats. They're used to the Lubus and the high heels. So when they come into a church and see ministers and elders and they're in jeans and a nice sweater and things, it's like, yo, so I kind of look like them.
Yeah, there's a difference between being churchy and looking good. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Though.
Yeah, because I can see somebody preaching in jeans, but you better not. But if you look raggedy in it. What is you doing? And I can't. And I like it. I'm struggling getting past the presentation. before I can even get your work because I'm trying to figure out why you are here looking like that.
Right.
But you want to make sure that if you're gonna do jeans, do them right. If you're gonna do them proper. If you're gonna do jeans, you're gonna do a good shoe. You're gonna do a good shoe, chin heel, or a good flat. Your time is gonna flow with that. Because
that's how I want to be. Jeans, t-shirt, glasses. That's all about this.
You know, and it's different. It is different for everybody. But you have to know who you are and who you're called to, and what the magnitude of your reach is.
Right.
Because if you want to, now this, I'm just say this: if you only want to reach the people in your hood, go ahead and just look just like your hood.
Right.
You'll reach them all day. But if you have a worldwide responsibility, there are tiers and levels of people out there that you got to go and reach. I'm gonna call his name out because he preaches very well, and that's Dr. I'm gonna call him Dr. Eric D. Fields. That's not what I'm talking about. Hennings, Bishop Hennings. His word game is exquisite to me, but he's able to go top tier vocabulary, but then break that word down so that even the simple can get it. So he legit be like and can you put it but that was just the basic same word, but he breaks it down. But his presentation is, I can go top tier and I can work back in the reach. It's different from being I'm back trying to reach, but I can't reach top tier. So for me, it's like that presentation. Even for myself, I'm responsible to elevate the next level of my wardrobe to the next phase. Yeah, and this is just me. Yeah, they look like me. Yeah, we've been around. Absolutely. But there's somebody out there who's a multi-million-dollar transformer who needs to know a little bit about Jesus. And it's not about looking, not looking bougie or bourgeois, but just people who got money don't look like money. Real people who got money, like we ain't got to flex.
Bill Gates don't look like.
Yeah, but it's like we know.
Bill Gates look
right, but his name.
I'm just saying.
But his name alone holds weight.
Right.
So getting there, you know. So
I mean, that's the thing.
I understand.
I have the wardrobe. I'm working on the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
I have some pieces, but I'm working on the wardrobe, and that's why you gotta get people in your life that can help you get there. But like, I'm working on the wardrobe that if I walk into a business office, I know how to look. Obviously, I'm not gonna go to a Fortune 500 company with this on, but I'm also not gonna go to a Fortune 500 company in 6-inch heels and shiny and everything else. Like, I know what's appropriate and what's not. And
this is the challenge too that I have. This is me. Why not wake up as if today I can walk into that place? I know what my schedule is, and this is something that I'm working on for myself. Frank, I understand being comfortable. A radio station is yours, but what happens when I present you before somebody, and I need you to be your best self, and I need you to only be yourself, look a certain kind of way, because you don't know who I'm going to come across whenever day. This is just something. This is just for Frank person. This is nobody. No.
So we're changing. We're gonna put on grown-up clothes.
So just my wife asked me yesterday. I put on. It was something like put on dress pants and I put on this little polo shirt. Why are you dressing up? Why are you dressing like that? Because I don't know what I'm gonna have to sell today. I might have to go talk to somebody on a whole different level. And sneakers and the jeans ain't cutting it today for this. It's just not the day. Maybe on Friday, jeans I can get away with some jeans, a good slack, and something. But it's like I need to look like where I want to occupy.
Josh is business casual
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. But that he has an architect's mindset.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just. I talked to Lady. She's doing the reach out for that. See what they want to do.
Okay. I just didn't want them to be forgotten.
No,
you said business that just triggered in my thought.
Yeah.
Welcome to the corner, y'all. Sorry.
Welcome to the corner.
But no, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing.
Like,
you can
like
I had a conversation with a couple of people like last month, and I was like, I'm gonna have to start changing my wardrobe for the radio station. And I like even before me and you even talked, and I was like, because if the right person picks up Big Girl Chronicles, it's like I'm like a college student every day. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, I ain't going to change my word. So
I was gonna say you are.
Yeah, but even with it's the sacrifice of time.
Right. To
take time to really prepare on the night before, and that's something I'm working on because. I am an entrepreneur, yeah. I'm a businessman, I'm a father, I'm a preacher, and soon developing pastor. Life is not what it was.
You are a developing pastor and major.
So proud of you.
Nobody might be saying. We got elders on the rise.
Shaggy.
Forget that.
I love how on the radio station how we go from real serious conversation to very.
Listen, if you want to call and give your opinion, you can call 716-371-2780. Hit number 1. This is going down right here. First 716, your boy Big Frank, like the Big Frank in the morning. The conversation is fire, it's a flame, it's lit, it's crazy, it's wild, it's Leviticus, it's tattoos, it's wardrobe, it's clothing. Like, how long will Bummy be okay? Like, how long will we? I'm in a relaxed state, 24/8. Like, at some point, I think knowing how to be, where to be, and when to be is important. I tell the same thing to my wife, just knowing based on where you're going. And then, like you said, wardrobe for us is just like, listen, Frank, you don't know what today may bring.
Listen,
you don't know what tomorrow may. You might come across somebody. I want to talk. You look like somebody that I should be talking to. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, listen, I don't know. Really? Oh my God! Wow, God. In other news, though. So, here we go. My boy Kanye.
We went a week without featuring Kanye.
Kanye posts
Kanye held out
about his death.
Kanye held out for
I didn't read it. I didn't see it.
Let's pull it up.
Pull it up.
Kanye held out a week. We didn't hold out a week. Kanye held out a week.
No, the radio station was Kanye list for a couple of days because we just wanted to give the people a break.
Yes. So, good morning, y'all. Good morning. If you're out there, feel free to give us a call.
The big. Why did I get all of it?
Ooh, it's a long poem.
Yes, kind of. It says, I feel already compromised that I have to justify my expression after over 20 years of art that I've contributed to the planet, but I also see the need to make sure we as a species are allowed to still feel anything. Men not allowed to cry, celebrities not allowed to cry. I will not explain this new piece, for the explanation destroys the mystery and magic of true love and puts it in a box that can be counted as art. Is subjective art. Only works when it is the artist's absolute truth. Someone's truth can be another person's lie. We don't always have to feel the same because we are not the same. And he titled it wait a minute, where's the rest of it? He titled it Death.
Okay. That's of the artist.
But I couldn't get the whole poem.
Artist.
That's just part of it.
I'm trying to see if I can see it. He has done what poets do.
Well, I don't know how much poem that was, but
But this is not his first poem, because it said days ago, West also shared an ominous piece about divorce, comparing it to full-blown COVID and suffocating.
Divorce. Come on, and rightfully so, in my opinion, as always, because as a poet, you write how you write out how you feel.
They said that I read that Donda 2 didn't get they didn't accept it. But it's like, yeah, we not going.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to get nominated for anything because he streamed it on his own source.
He's done enough. Kanye, we thank you for all your contributions.
So yeah, he can't get nominated for anything. But like the poem does go into further detail, I guess, and it was just saying like, of course that now this is making people nervous because of his last music video about burying.
Listen, he is an artist.
Like I hear Kanye. I'm like, Kanye, I hear you. You have feelings. You're feeling a whole lot of things. I really want Kanye to feel better.
Yeah.
But
you gotta get it out.
Despite my disdain for him right now, Kanye, I love you, bro. I really do.
But you gotta get it out. You gotta get it out. You gotta get it out the best way you can as an artist. You're not doing it all in real life.
Man, I'm even getting it out for like 6 albums now, though.
But this has been a long journey of frustration, aggravation, and just tolerating and heartbroken.
I mean,
a broken heart will put you to a place.
But as a mental health professional, like
I told him not to.
It makes me nervous that he will kill himself. Like,
man, not saying that he won't, because I don't know that to that degree.
But
But I'm going to, but because we want honesty, we want transparency, we want these things until we get it.
Right.
Okay.
No, we want you to say that to a therapist.
No. So
I want you to tell. I want you to tell your homies so they can
no,
talk
because
to you.
and this is the problem that we have with the artist, because yeah, he's a great artist. Yes, okay. With this creativity you're talking about, there's another side to this. And granted, guess what? As an artist, I'm going to express it. And he's not the only one. Yes, some paint. Yes, some draw. Yes, some write poetry. Some people write. So my way of dealing with this is writing and expressing it through my art. Right. This is my dealing process. This is my coping skill. Right. This is it for me. And because it offends you, now what?
Right.
It's
and
not,
then the
it's
question
not offensive, though.
Do we know if you're talking to somebody?
Right. Like I don't have no issue with
right.
him coming out with his music. Music is an expression. Do what you want to do. I will press you for your music being whack, but I won't press you for how you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, and I know people talk to him because I listen to Tyler on his podcast, and he be like, "Yo, I done try to talk to the boy most of the time I talk to him." You know,
and I said this before. I say it again. One of the challenges that he was trained. I'm gonna say this again. He was trained by his mother. You are somebody. You can do what you want to do. You are big. You are grand. She instilled that into me, and it sounds good and cute.
It does.
Until you realize, okay, yeah, I am that, and because of that, I can do what I want to do.
Right.
I can operate how I want to operate, and not be limited by society's limitations or how anybody else's feel. So here goes, yeah, great projects, but here goes the other side of this as well.
Right.
This is how I feel. This is my expression. Yes, it's a little dark. Yes, it's a little shady. Yes, it's a little violent. Yes, it's a little death. But this is how I feel, and I'm not limited to your thoughts and your opinions. That's why it's sometimes hard to talk to Kanye, because I'm not limited to the way that you feel about what I'm doing.
Right.
But see, and this is where I kind of just be like, because with Kanye, because he has went into interviews and said, you know, people don't listen to me, people ain't been there for me, people don't talk to me, people don't really care about me. But celebrities have chartered planes to come and spend time with you, to hear you out, to speak to you, to let you just talk. Because even when Dave Chappelle said, he's like, I didn't go there to give him advice. Mm-hmm. I didn't go there to tell him what to do. I came there to listen, just to be present. So for you to say that nobody has been there for you, and there's evidence and receipts of people trying to be there for you, but then there's this mental health outcry. And I'm sorry, as a therapist, stuff like that makes me nervous, because the same thing with Robin Williams. He posted a video that unfortunately after he passed away, it kind of came to flow. But he's like, but by the time you see this, I'll probably be dead. If somebody had seen that before he actually decided to kill himself from a mental health aspect, he could still be here.
And you and I feel like you can't dismiss how I feel just because. And this is just I'm just bringing myself out here. Just because we've engaged in conversation doesn't mean that I gave you access to the depths of who I am. So just because you were here talking to me and we were talking about stuff and I'm out here, doesn't mean that I felt comfortable enough to open up to you either.
But we're talking about Kanye.
It's
Kanye opened up to the world.
We're
talking about Kanye. He opened up to everybody.
Like, my thing is that your level of opening up with Kanye. That's not it. To completely negate the people who have tried to be there for you is what my issue is. That's like you saying, man, ain't never been there for me. Ain't nobody never been present. Ain't nobody prayed for me. And me and Sharita and a bunch of other people looking at you like, yeah, like.
but now you done brought it up. I wasn't gonna do it because what it is it's just that sometimes though you're present, I still feel alone.
Well,
like yesterday.
Norfolk said, sometimes.
Like I had a meeting yesterday with my first lady and for business, and it was great. It was amazing. My wife was there with me at the meeting. It looked good, but then I still felt for a brief moment alone. No, okay, Frank, no, you're not alone. And there's another level to that, because there are moments that you can be present, but it's like, dang, I want the whole totality of my life to change. So I still feel by myself.
But you still acknowledge the presence of people being there.
Yeah, I totally understand. In my depression, I always feel
But Michael said,
I be around everybody. I be around 200 people. I'll be like, yeah.
Right.
I'm not in my.
And this is for me. This is for me. And people, I get it all the time. People get different components of me, not necessarily on purpose. It's just what it is. And that there's a part of me that is very quiet, that is very low key, really don't say nothing. And my wife get that side of me, and she don't comprehend it. And she be like, Frank, when you out, you just be out there. Cause I've grown to become what needs to become out. So when I finally get home, I'm just trying to chill and be quiet.
Right.
I was like, no, but when you out, you laughing and joking.
I want to
because I am drained.
I've been putting on the show.
Right. And that's why for my birthday, I don't want to do anything. Because when people, not everybody, because people got different tiers in my life, and you won't know what you are until I tell you. But what it is that sometimes with people being around, I feel like I got to put on because you're accustomed to laughing and playing. My birthday, I don't want to put on for nobody. I don't want to pretend for nobody. I just want to chill.
I want to sit down and watch it.
I want to sit down and relax. So I don't look for because if I put on a birthday party, Big Frank gonna line dance. Right. You're gonna get out and have a good time, laughing and giggling. Here I go putting on. I'm right. outsourcing my energy. Right. No, my birthday, I'm cool. I'm good. Fly me out and sit me in a room. But thank you.
Got your hotel.
Oh, you know, massage, but that's just my appetite. So everybody's a little different, but Kanye need help. Always need help, man.
Love Kanye, bro.
Yeah,
but really, you know,
even though I'm a Kanye defender,
this
defenders stand up. I'm here. I do understand the severity because once you get it out, the next part is the healing process, and I think that's the process that he has to get to, and that requires, like you said, therapy and conversations and really digging into. But I do believe in getting it out. So, like some people talk to God a little different. Yeah. Some of y'all still cussing at guys.
And we'll come back with part 2 of our question of the day.
Yeah, it's going down. Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie, Dark Knight. The conversation is good. And then tune in, lock in. We're going somewhere. It's 5716 Big Frank in the morning. Wrong button. Wrong button. No, definitely. Yeah, Kanye.
I just want him to get help.
I do.
I feel like that. Live your best life.
I want graduation Kanye back. He felt better. He was around people. He was.
I don't even want old graduation Kanye. I just want sane Kanye.
I don't. And this is the challenge of sometimes being the performer and that person because you do put on for people.
Right.
So around people, you just put on and on and on.
Yeah, but Kanye be fun on.
I just want him to be healthy. I don't care if you go back to college dropout. I don't care about graduate. Like, just be healthy, mentally healthy.
Right, and I'm not gonna. And I hate to say this, maybe this person. I'm not gonna even say that he's unhealthy all the way. I'm just not, and I get it. I just think that what we're getting is the expression of the inner workings of what he's been holding on to himself for a long time. This is a man whose heart has been shattered into pieces over a 10-year commitment. Okay.
Hey, Josh.
It doesn't. I'm so sorry. It doesn't fade in 2 days. It doesn't drift. And as an artist, I've learned that I'm going to express myself however I want to and get this out. And that may look toxic. That don't look healthy. That don't look like it. I'm so sorry that it doesn't fit the confines of how you think I should express it. But I'm going to get this out. I'm going to tell you how I feel on Monday. So that means I look kind of bipolar. When I wake up, I want her back. But at the same time, I'm down with the road with Big Harry and Pete because I'm legit going through this emotional roller coaster. And instead of having the usual means to talk to somebody how to navigate it, I'm expressing it without limitations. And I think that where therapy come in, it will help him to guide his expression a little bit better. I believe that conversation to get it out, number one, but to guide his expression. Because you ain't got the video claymation, that must have been in the works. He didn't just wake up Monday and say, I want claymation Tuesday. No, somebody had to draw, somebody had to create.
He could have pulled the power.
But claymation means somebody has to animate it, somebody has to watch it, then you got to approve it, then somebody got to edit the video because it's claymation, but it's also what's his name? The game rapping on the beat. So this project isn't just so I just threw together. No, this project is something that I thought about. I this people don't understand. I had to order the casket is there. Had to set up production is there. Had to get the schedule for game. This is a skill put together project of expression for me to get out how I feel. And it's not just just do this, whatever. No. I worked for this project. before I recorded the song, got that piece together. When I was recording the song, I then had to order the casket, get the location, and record the location, get game scheduled. We good, we here. I got you. Pay y'all, pay him, get production ready for that. Get somebody to do the claymation, approve the claymation. No, I don't like that. Change it like that. It should look like this.
Morning cast.
That these are steps. Like so, it's like that. And that's just for that one.
Kevin said, "Well thought out."
I'm not knocking the man. I know how you feel. You got the right to feel how you feel. I just want him. Not necessarily. Not necessarily about him being necessarily healthy or whatever. I just want him to be happy because I've seen him happy. I want him to go and be happy. You know what I mean?
Well,
I didn't think he was happy with Kim.
Right? No, definitely.
You know what I mean? So when he got with Kim, I was like, Kanye, bro, what you doing? You don't seem happy, even in that situation. It seemed like you just jumped on something because it was there. You needed something to latch on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And that's all. I just want to be happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't care what he come out with after he happy. That's what I'm saying.
Not anymore. Let me happy. Definitely. But definitely. Yeah.
Go and go make a song with Ty Tribbett. You know what I'm saying? Use some Ty Tribbett energy. You know what I'm saying?
He went to God for a little bit. Hey, produce that and then walk away.
Get Donnie McClurkin to touch it.
Oh no.
Lay you out.
Dottie is not gonna touch that.
Lay you right out.
Kirk will.
Oh yeah, Kirk definitely.
Dottie ain't touch Kirk.
Kirk tried it.
But see, and that's crazy that you brought Donnie up. Because like I was reading the article because y'all know at one point I was a Donnie. I was a die-hard Donnie fan, like a transition for me. But Donnie wrote an article. Donnie did an interview where he said he feels like he'll never get married because he always has this proclivity on him. And it like the church people did roast him. I'm not gonna lie, the church people roasted him and things like that. But it really made me kind of sad for him because it's like with all the deliverance you preach and sing about, you haven't experienced what you preach and sing about because you're good morning, little brother Julian. The fact that you've preached about deliverance, you've sung about deliverance, but your deliverance is still pending in some ways because you feel like you can't commit to a woman because of proclivity. That breaks me, and it makes me wonder how many people are out there.
That's Paul.
Right.
That which I can't listen. Paul, listen, Lord Jesus, my God.
I've been listening to. I've been studying.
I got this thing on me that I want you to shake off of me that keeps buffeting me. I can't shake this. I'm not saying that Paul's situation was that, but I understand that. Yeah. So, but I understand the fact that there's something on me that I cannot shake. The challenge is having the faith to believe that you'll be okay. The faith to believe that even though it echoes that you got to answer. Because it doesn't stop. Doesn't stop trying to speak. Doesn't stop trying to pull. Because repetition is the key to persuasion. So I'm going to keep throwing it at you. But the question is, what are you giving into? So the question is now is like, and this is the self-confidence part. Though I preach deliverance, do I have the faith to trust that I can refrain from giving into that thing which calls me? And do I want to put anybody else through the possibility of that pressure? That's not like, don't project the negative. Because you have no idea until you're in it.
Right.
You're right.
You don't know. But what he's done is you've limited yourself.
I feel like he safeguards himself so he don't feel it, so it doesn't happen.
Because like somebody who's experienced deliverance from that, I tell people, and certain church people don't like me, I'm going to say it anyway. Your spirit and things gets delivered. The things that you were dealing with gets delivered. Your body still remembers. And so like, yes, it's a pruning process. Don't get me wrong. Do I see a dude to be like, hey, daddy? Yes, I do. But like, there was a season where I couldn't watch movies that, even if it was two girls kissing, because my body remembered. Not like my face was like, ugh. My body was like, hey, because we remember. But that's the thing. Like, that's why deliverance is a continual process. Granted, I'll never go back to girls. Never. But that's why you have to make sure that you stay stay in that process.
Yeah.
For me, I was just like, as a minister of the gospel, it breaks my heart to see another person not living the victory that you preach about. And you have basically put yourself like, this is my proclivity, this is never going away. How do you know that?
Yeah, and then also it's just he might be content because everybody's doesn't have to get married. Everybody doesn't have to have.
No, he was engaged to Nicole C. Muller.
That's a pause.
And then they broke up. They broke up.
Good, and
Paul was like,
I don't know the intent of the interview. But no, listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm married now. It is easier to execute God's assignment single.
Right.
It's easier. I'm not gonna hold you.
You ain't got nothing holding you.
Is go easier. You can go where you want to go. You can do what he say do without reserve. You can live on the street. You can live in a hut. You can live in a 2-bedroom. You can live in a mansion. You can flow. Wherever he say do, wherever he say go, it's a responsibility that you have to keep and maintain your integrity and your character. But marriage is not a requirement.
Right.
It's not mandatory.
Right.
Because it's easy to marry than to burn. So I'm not saying that doesn't come without pressure.
Right.
And for Donnie,
I was thinking about that.
he may not engage, may have not engaged in any physical proclivities of that nature, but not saying that the demon doesn't try him. Tormenting spirits are real. Yeah. Not saying that they're not whispering. And he may have found out what in marriage that the person that he was in love with, that he was trying to build with, I don't know the details of that conversation. Right. We don't know. Right. And maybe she couldn't handle the fact that he was confessing, listen, I got this urge right now, but baby, I don't know the details. I don't know the details of that.
Guard your gate.
Yeah.
That's a large house. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know the details of that, but he may have then realized that, you know what? Or two, my femininity may not be a challenge to you as a woman because I felt like I'm throwing ideas out there because I'm not sure that you didn't really respect me as the man because I didn't come off and present myself as a hardcore man, I mean, but I'm more feminine in my nature, which I repeat from earlier. Being feminine doesn't mean
because he was raised by his mother,
right? So therefore, there are men out here. I'm not putting my hands to nothing. Right. I'm not that kind of person. I will pay for it to get done. Mm-hmm. I'll take care of it. But then, and I'm Nicole, and my love, I don't really know you for real.
She's another gospel artist.
But Nicole, no, and I don't know your life, and I'm not projecting. I'm just assuming. So please don't get offended.
You raise your fist to the camera.
Facts. If people be like, oh, they trying to do. I'm not trying to dog you, but then because if she didn't honor him as a man, he didn't feel as if I mean that was those situations.
Yeah, that's important.
Because it makes me think that the insecurity is the reason why the engagement didn't work out. Because it could be. I'm not talking about her or his part. Yeah. Because and I'm gonna be honest, and I've had this conversation with a couple of my brothers. If they identify who they are in the conversation, are you watching? I had a conversation where I asked my brothers, "Would you date a woman who used to be a lesbian?" And 3 out of the 4 brothers said no, they wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And I said, why? They was like, because how do I know that when she get mad at me, she ain't gonna go back to women? And I was so mad because I'm like, y'all see proof, but at the same time, it was like, I would date a lesbian. I understand how Donnie feels because when you are put in a position where people are always questioning your sexuality, that can cause an insecurity if you're not truly healed in God. And I feel like with that insecurity, that may have been the reason why him and that engagement didn't work out.
And it could be the insecurity. I'm gonna say this. It could be insecurity and absence because of the fact if that insecurity exists and I'm not present to reaffirm you. Because now, mind you, that Donnie's been, he was doing, I don't know how long they've been together or whatever, but Donnie's being called to preach, being called out to do that. He got to do sing over here that he don't show up for it, but he go out here to preach. He's also had the voice, what's the singing song? Sunday's morning, no, Sunday's best. Thank you.
Sunday's best.
These
in his church.
In his church. So things are pulling on him with not putting absence from home. So if I get it, and if Nicole, by scenario, because I don't know the facts, gets in her mind that possibly he's out here doing whatever, and now your mind is wandering. but because of the absence of being present or being around, your mind is going. Nobody's reconfirming that. No, maybe it's me and you. We here in the world that can add to it as well. Like I said, I don't know the details. I'm not into the story, but it's really multiple.
My feelings of it. I don't think that I won't say that he's not healed from it or not. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that he's over it. But I also will say though that his thing just might be like he, like you said earlier, you know, based on how people feel about me, this may not happen. But at the same time, I'm okay with it because I understand.
Yeah. And then who's to say who else we tried to talk to?
Right.
That's not publicized. You know, maybe I tried to talk to a young lady or try to get with
somebody.
Because
he probably out there
like I watched.
But you know,
I watched his video documentary about his life, and he did like. Granted, this was when he first did From Victim to Victor, so he could have healed and stuff like that. But he also dabbed with insecurity because he does have like certain webbing, so he has like a little bit of webbings in his hands, little webbing in his feet as well. You are angry, but like that on top of him growing up and the girls never really like vibing with him, and then the situation with him being molested and stuff like that, like. It's just like as somebody who's been there, it hurt because I'm like, you haven't experienced the fulfillment of what you preach and teach about, like, and that like in some ways where people push Donnie away because in the interview he was like, these proclivities are always there, and I feel like I'll never get married, and he desires to get married. Like part of me just wanted to hug him and be like, dude, but the freedom is still there for you if like the proclivities don't have to master your life.
That's a self-projection. I want to tell you, listen, but try Jesus. Okay, definitely. I
don't think trying Jesus is a problem.
and then I just
like I said,
we don't. I don't know. I don't know the details.
I feel like he had a point where he just like it's okay and it's fine. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, Paul was like, yo.
But he wants to be married. He never stopped wanting to be married. He's been wanting to be married for a long time.
And it's not saying that he, like Frank said, that he ain't been talking to people.
Right.
But like you said, the man is extremely busy. The man got titles. All these things can deter what he wants. You know what I mean?
Or he can might pull on Noel Jones. You know what I mean? Wait until
Lord.
Right. Like, they got a best friend waiting for him.
You know what I'm saying?
What if this is me talking? What if he's just cocky and we don't know it? What if Donnie's just like, I don't have time for you right now. I really know you get out of time. They're not it. God's like, no, you want marriage? This is the one. We're not.
Yeah, he might have a 30 question test. If that's it. You know what I'm
gonna look up Nicole C. Muller.
She's known for the. Well, she hasn't spoken out, but like she's known for the song "My Redeemer Lives."
He give you a sheer favor, like, how much do you know Jesus?
I mean,
I know him.
Like,
I know you're gonna ask me.
I'm not gonna say.
I know. I say you're gonna ask me. I know you're asking.
I'm not trying to get canceled.
No, we can get canceled. Bring him in.
No, I do know, I do know people that have had lots of interactions with Mr. McClurkin, and he has been really nasty. So, my sympathy for him is more of a spiritual one.
Right. He might be Kim Burrell.
Because they said that it can be like a diva type situation. Like he had like 6 security guards blocking him coming out of a church. Like
I said, he might be. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, the man famous. Okay, that boy famous. Okay.
But at the same time,
no one can promise if you trust in your call.
He sung that in but at the same time, he did shade a couple people that I know. So I'm like,
I'm not saying he's right. He's still human.
Yeah, my concern is more of a spiritual one. Yeah. Then I really want to get to know you, bro. Like it's really like I just,
our spirits are kind of the same.
Let my story be an inspiration that you don't have to live like that.
Right.
That's kind of where it is. Like, not your behaviors outside of that. The fact that you was traveling the hard body during COVID and then preparing for people to ask you to make for you not to get sick. I'm gonna need you to sit down. Like,
so that's why he really not married. That's why he not married.
So
He's not married.
I read that.
He's not married because out here.
So this is an old post from Facebook, like back in 2016.
He actually, that's like
This is that Donnie said he spends most of his nights watching Cartoon Network and Boomerang until 2 a.m. and confessed that he has become to realize that this part of his existence is to have a helpmate. Number one, Cartoon Network is no longer safe for the Christian to watch. Okay,
not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, he's obsessed with Looney Tunes. Like that's...
no. Cartoon Network.
Depend on the day though, because on Saturday they play Android the whole time.
But Cartoon Network is dangerous.
Especially not at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Billy's coming on all types of radio.
Like not to.
Okay, I've never watched Cartoon.
It is. Get this off. But that was when you posted. Then they announced their engagement.
I used to watch it like in the beginning, like Family Guy came when I first, 11 o'clock.
I can't watch Family Guy no more.
But, I haven't watched Family Guy in years.
I can't watch Family Guy or American Dad. The Lord won't let me. It's just once like the Lord showed me some of the dynamics of Family Guy and like American Dad, I was like, oh, I can't support that.
I just like the culture.
It's the bestiality that gets me.
I like the
dogs sleeping with humans. It's just like it's a lot. Like it's a lot.
I like the culture throws that they give. They give a lot of good culture. Yeah. It's crazy. I was thinking about that because we said it earlier about marriage is better than burning. I was like, what? I should get.
I was talking good. Now let me find the information. What year is this? I was thinking about. So April 2021, there's an interview, I guess, with Essence of Power, and they said this is what he said. He admitted that he still has the urges to be with men, but chooses not to. Comparing homosexuality to diabetes, he said, "I don't eat sugar, but doesn't mean that I don't want sugar." So why would I take that? But we'll watch it. It buffets me. Still a desire. It exists. So then it's like, not saying he's not delivering. No.
I'm talking about wholeness in delivery.
I don't think so, but I think just because the urge is there, doesn't the fact that I'm not giving into the fact that the desire comes, is that not victory? Because it's not.
I want to fornicate all the time.
I'm not laughing at you, Daniel, but
I'm just being honest.
But you want to engage in the extracurricular activities because where's the deliverance in the urge or me giving into the urge?
The deliverance.
I say you're not delivering.
When you are fully, and this is just Jessica, so I don't want the church people to try to rip me a new one. When you are fully delivered, there's no desire for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, like I said, I could look at a TV and be like, ugh, when I see that, because there's no desire. That's a wholeness factor. Because deliverance is the beginning process. There's a wholeness. You got to dig up the roots, all that other kind of stuff. So maybe his process of starting in deliverance was definitely prevalent, but the wholeness factor may not be.
I just believe that no, I'm delivered. I've been set free. I'm operating in my freedom, but that doesn't mean that there's not a thought that comes back to me. It doesn't mean that there's not another enemy trying to persuade me yet and still. So yeah, I don't know. But the ability to continue to fight, because just because you've conquered 23 years, 24 years. Don't mean that he's never tried you.
Right.
The devil's
the crazy thing is, like, people haven't stopped trying me. Like, I've had girls send me naked pictures of them. I'd be like, delete it. Like, but even in the future, like, there's gonna be girls that's gonna try to peek in my hotel room. Just seriously see if I'm delivered, and I'm gonna be like, security, like, no, get out.
You got 2 minutes.
Get behind these.
Get out, like, I don't want you. I want husband man. Like, I need to go get ministered to. I need you to go. Like,
my husband is on the way. I need you to leave.
Right, but like I said, there's a wholeness process, and maybe somebody that was mentoring him through his process just thought, okay, now he doesn't have the desire, and it's done now.
And then too, it's a public conversation. You know what I mean? And then you just make it real simple for people. Because sometimes you ain't got to be like. It was a quick interview. It was Essence, so most likely something along the line of a quick interview or whatever. But it's like, I'm not about to be here and say it buffeted me. You know,
right?
I'm not gonna explain to you the depths of. It tries me, but because
I didn't know I like maybe it was meant for me to go through that process to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that there was more after the initial delivery. I didn't know. So I was like, okay, I'm delivered, I'm good. And I kept asking my friends who went through the process too, like, did you go through this? And they was like, nah. And so I understood that maybe I was the one that had to go through it, but there were stages to my deliverance before I got wholeness. And maybe that's the thing that he has to go through, is go through them stages of deliverance to get to his complete wholeness. I was just, for his soul care, that hurts me. Because I'm like, you can't be happy in marriage because you feel like this is still the monkey on your back. Mm-hmm. This is still the proclivity. And
then listen, because manhood is man being a man. It's different. It's being what was that movie? I think it was Tyler Perry and Janet Jackson.
Oh, for Color Girls.
And she was like, you let that man bend you over? Or you the one doing the bending? For a man,
I think she was also mad because he gave her a disease, though.
I mean, it's the cost to be the boss. I'm done. Right. But
this is my last broadcast. I appreciate the Big Girl Michael's following.
But you gotta have a real mentor. Just to help you to navigate.
Like I said, I was thinking this morning, like, maybe I should just get married before I'm 40. I don't want to. Like,
I don't like her.
Married.
Whoever it is, I don't like her.
That's fine.
First up, 1-6, your boy Big Frank. You're the Big Frank in the morning. What it is? What's up? That was Bobby V. Anonymous. A long time ago.
Bobby.
No, not the.
Bobby V.
I thought Mario sang that song.
I thought it was over.
Right.
I love Daddy people.
Yeah, I thought.
Who was the Ellison to that? I don't know. The first time I heard that, it was somebody else. And they played.
I was like, Daddy people doing
this is my God. What? Ridiculous. Listen, so Nas got hit with a lawsuit for sharing a picture. Either I'm hungry, yes, Lord, with him and Tupac from 1993. Why are you sued for that?
Because copyright infringement. Somebody has rights to the picture. Hold on, let me pull up the story.
Rights to a picture of. So I can't share a picture of that. I'm in,
right?
I'm in that picture.
Yeah.
No one should own this picture more than I do.
So the guy who captured the photo, Al Pereira, claims that she shared a picture of the image without his permission or licensing the work, and because it's his picture, because he took it, even though Nas is in it, he's still suing him for it because he was the one who took the picture.
Man, shut up.
It's not gonna stick. Stop playing with my boy Nasir, bro. Before you come through, bro.
Well, it may stick because he's a registered copyright for the picture. And it said the photographer claims that the iconic image has diminished its value. So he's suing for damages plus an injunction against Nas for using his work.
Man, shut up. For sharing
I think that would be unfair. If I was a judge, I would look at it like, but he's in the picture. Like, you can't own his likeness. That's his face. His face is in the picture. You can't own him, especially because I know that Nas is a brand. So you can't own his brand. That's him.
But from a photographer's point of view, if it's a picture that I captured and I have it copyrighted or registered, that's mine. Like, it's like if anybody does a photo shoot, until you get permission from that photographer, like when you take a photo shoot, their logos and stuff are on your stuff until you purchased it. In his aspect, he didn't purchase this. You took a picture and shared it that I took.
But what was the picture that he was able to share?
It's on Google. That's what it was.
Right. What was the picture that you was able to share?
I don't know.
Right, come on. Like, did you post it on Facebook and now that he shared it and you mad? You should have made it private. You didn't take precautions to make sure this picture was safe.
This picture is
not. But then you screenshotted it and posted it and take it. Like, you better give me some details.
This picture is not an NFT. Okay.
Right, come on. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I need to get into the NFT. I don't know what to take pictures of. I'm about to make it up.
My thing is, I'm gonna start taking pictures and I'm gonna start copyrighting.
Matter of fact, I got a camera.
If we can just sue anybody, I'm gonna start doing it.
I can't wait. Let's watch it. This is my season to win. Right?
Every photo you took at Fire Service 160.
$25,000.
I'm about to take a picture of that wheat that's right there. I don't know if that's wheat. I don't even know what that is. It's something. $25,000
a head every time. I'm still in. That's what I'm doing.
But I mean, we'll see what happens if it actually sticks.
Crazy.
I hope Nas. Anyway.
Not. What if Nas take a hit out of him, take a picture of him getting hit?
Well, I don't know.
And put on the NFC site.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. I'm not saying.
They use art to sell drugs. I don't know why they want to do it. You know. Anyway.
Listen, it's going down Big Frank in the morning. Listen, the conversation is just good. It's just good. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Fire 716 Radio. Listen, you want to call in, give your thoughts, your opinion. 716-371-2780. Man, it's going down right here on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning. Mama, what'd you say?
That's Mama Champagne. That's her voice.
This is not inspiration, Mom.
Sorry, y'all. The boy said he's hungry. So.
Get your. That was awesome.
You got the bag.
Well, she brought a whole lunch box.
Because I'm going to be gone all day.
And
I'm trying to start, So do you want granola bar? Do you want Cheez-Its? You want Nutri-Grain bar?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Ready and healthy.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
You said you was hungry.
Yeah, I'm away.
Okay. So,
Sacrifice the meal.
okay.
I'm gonna eat breakfast.
Well, no, see, after I take my test, that's my breakfast.
Got you.
Yeah.
Problem is I wake up so early, so what ends up happening is I eat breakfast, then eat breakfast again.
Second breakfast.
Understood.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait.
If I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm definitely making breakfast. And by 7 o'clock, I'm probably
Second breakfast. It's Lord of the Rings second breakfast.
Gotcha.
I'm
But you know about second breakfast?
It only makes sense to me.
Well, no, because I'm gonna be gone all day. Because as soon as I leave here, I got class, so I gotta leave in 20 minutes. So it's like I got class.
Mm-hmm.
Then after class, I got to meet with Papa. Then after meeting with Papa, I got to do Uber and Lyft until my next meeting at 8:30 tonight.
Right. I'm gonna do
So
this.
I'm trying not to buy food.
Yeah, I need to go out, but I can't go out yet. Taking the station together. So
Trying to do better. So I got salads and protein packs.
Dang, I do. No, what's crazy with Applebee's? I found a salad that I absolutely love there. It's blackened shrimp and it's a lot of stuff I just can't eat. So it's a lot of stuff in that salad that ate in that salad because I can't eat stuff that's in the salad. But just with the shrimp and just the lettuce, I was like, man.
Oh, I'm losing my hair, y'all.
It's okay. It happens to people.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's fading. First it was just the corners. Then I went to brush yesterday. It was the whole. I said, "Oh Lord!" I was getting the one. I got to go 1.5 or something. I need to go, sir.
But no, actually, real talk though, Applebee's, they ribs is fire. Like I never thought that ribs from Applebee's was smack. These joints is tender and delicious. And I was like, since I'll never get ribs from my brother, I'm gonna have these ribs. But no, like I tried them a while ago, and that's joke. I mean, I still haven't got my ribs out, but like I've actually, like, when I want good ribs, I actually go to Applebee's just for the ribs.
Hard Rock Cafe ribs were bringing for me one time. I was in shock.
Cause they was like, try the little bit. I was like, I'm gonna try these ribs. I was just sitting there like,
I should get some more ribs.
I like these ribs.
I might need
I
tried, Jess. I did.
No,
the first time I just forgot. Second time I came home, my wife had ate some, and then it was my turn to eat some. They was I said, Dad, Jess.
It's cool, because I have a whole thing of pot roast that I'm about to just give my dad some and make the gravy for it.
That's crazy.
Give it to my dad, and me and my dad gonna have pot roast. No, like I was actually surprised how tender it came out. Yeah. I was like, okay, I don't use a lot of salt in my food, so like when I tasted it, it was good. But I was like, this needs some salt on it. But I think if I just add a little salt to the gravy and put the gravy on top of the pot roast, it's gonna suffice. But I was like, hey, just didn't like how the carrots. The carrots, I felt like
I don't eat carrots.
Carrots in the roast?
Yeah.
Whole carrots or
the babies?
Babies.
I use babies, and then I had some Yukon Gold potatoes. I cut them up.
Some what? Yeah, Yukon.
Gold.
Yeah, the truck potato. My God.
The Yukon potatoes. Cut those up. Put them in there. So the potatoes actually came out decent with it, but the pot roast is tender. But I was like, it needs a little salt, and I'll see what happens after the gravy because I'm taking some of the the juice left from making the gravy, mixing that together. That's God talking to me because God knows. I'll let you live. I'll cook enough for you to live. I'm not my sisters. Don't expect gourmet meals out of me. My sisters make strawberry French toast. I ain't got that.
I'm a very simple.
You gonna get these Eggos and Eggos
waffles? My wife be like, I should go on leftovers show because I can recreate. I'm a recreator. One meal becomes 3 meals, come the third. I create.
That's very cool.
But see, I failed with the omelet because I used like some of the meat with the omelet. Put saute some mushrooms, put that in there, and then I had some cheese, but I feel like it wasn't the right cheese, so the mixture didn't mesh well. So I had like 5 bites, and I was like, "This do not taste as good as I thought it was gonna be." And then I just ate pineapples because I was just like discouraged.
You used the meat from
the rye roast, yeah.
I don't think that would taste good.
You did the omelet
in my opinion.
Because in theory, if the right cheese. It probably would have been.
What cheese you had?
I had like this 3 cheese blend, and that wasn't it.
Yeah, no, the cheddar or the American cheese.
Because I kind of feel like, or if I had like a Gouda, and had the Gouda in there.
I can't eat cheese. I'm really hungry.
I love cheese. Lactose intolerant.
I love cheese. I haven't been able to eat cheese.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And know somebody that knows somebody.
Good morning, y'all. Y'all pull up. What's up?
We just talk about recipes and food, but yeah, like I'm gonna try it again, but with like a different, better cheese, like a sharp cheddar.
There you go.
Or like a cheddar Gouda mix, and try it again.
So you should try one cheese first and see if
or if feta will offset that bad boy.
Now feta gonna mess you up. I think because look at me being who I am. I think the Italian, forgive me for those who are offended, the Greek with the soul may not hit well. Yeah, I think your flavoring for your roast is soul food. It's like soulish. To put feta on that may not do right. It might hit you.
Because how I seasoned it, I used fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, fresh basil, minced onion. Salt, pepper. That was like 3 other things.
Oh, you're Italian.
Mixed it with some beef broth and Worcestershire sauce. And I can't remember the other seasoning I used. Okay. But everything was basically everything was fresh except for like the minced onions.
Gotcha. You're more Italian in it. Italian with some eggs. Salt.
Because I've never made a pot roast by myself before. Gotcha. So that was my first.
So you're gonna have to make you cause the way I see it, I see the omelet, I see the shredded roast in it. I think as far as cheese, you might get a smoked Gouda. Okay, I think that might be good, and then you gotta do a little ladle of the gravy over, just to bring it together as a cohesive.
Gotcha. Because I was just like, this is an epic fail. Like, and I knew it was the cheese. Like, I was like, the cheese did not mesh right with, and it made it kind of nasty.
I make stuff up all the time.
But I also make one. I also make one too. She's tired. I want to make a shrimp omelet too.
I made I wanted a 7-Eleven. No, I wanted a corner store sub. So I made it at home.
But I make a banging spinach, feta, and mushroom omelet. Like I really do, and I made even if I add some tomatoes to it, it's banging. Like get some toast, some bacon.
Sometimes all flavors don't blend well.
Right?
They just don't. And I'm pro collaborating cultures. I made one time I don't know who I thought I was. So what I made it was like
the man.
It was like mango. It was like Jamaican and Greek. I have no questions. But I said this right.
I'm all about sweet and salty.
It was good. All facts, absolutely. The balance of savory and sweet.
Yeah.
Ah, like the Lord, come on.
So Josh says I love pepper jack cheese.
Pepper jack.
Pepper jack is a good suggestion. I like pepper jack cheese.
Yeah.
I rock with some pepper jack.
Very simple cheese, man. American.
No, I went to the store and for Sunday,
White stuff.
a couple of Sundays ago. No, it was, the day I made some ribs. I was gonna make some. I made baked sweet potatoes, and I was gonna make macaroni and cheese. I was gonna use Colby, Gouda, pepper jack. I had grabbed it. I said, Frank, calm down. Frank, calm down.
Cholesterol.
I just like the different layers of cheese and flavor. I said, Frank, put all that back and just go ahead and get these little ribs and walk away.
You mix it all up together.
Like, that's why I'll go to a restaurant and get a side of macaroni and cheese. Because I know if I make a pan of macaroni and cheese, it's a dub. It's a dub.
I think you
Because I love mac and cheese. Like, huh?
I think you should try making it.
No, I've made it before. And I was eating on macaroni and cheese for a whole week.
Just doing this.
It's really not that much work.
It's like when I make sweet potatoes. Man.
Yeah, everybody makes theirs different.
See, I make a cheese sauce with mine at the base, and then add the layers of cheese.
I make my cheese. I add all my cheeses to my cheese sauce, all of it, and then I just do a top layer of cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'll layer it. I'll make the cheese sauce at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Do a layer, put some more cheese sauce. Layer.
Oh no, because I'm gonna do all of them gonna get it. Because once I put it in the pan,
I don't know how my mom makes macaroni.
I stir everything in the cheese sauce. Everything is coated for me in the cheese sauce, and then my noodles are already seasoned, and then boom, 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 boom. Then double the cheese sauce there, and then I just finish it with the.
Because the yamage is different for me. How I used to make yams, I don't make yams like that.
I only like my yams smashed.
Because I had to, alter the recipe when Peaches was alive because she was diabetic. So I couldn't make it like I usually did because I was.
Yeah, yams with outside flavor, no inside flavor, we got a problem.
It's super syrupy.
You didn't let these absorb. Legit.
These yams, it's kind of tough. You didn't let these cook though.
Philly man. Okay, I see you out here reading a book.
I just started listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I read that book.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought it was gonna change me.
I thought it was going to change. It was like,
Don't get me wrong, the concepts of the book very interesting. At the time when I was reading it, I was not ready to take those jumps or those leaps. You know what I mean? Plus, this is not really my thing. I'm an idea person.
Yeah.
And I understand that that's an excuse. You can always learn things. It's just I am the type of person that I can't do tedious work.
Understood. I'm reading that, and then I'm reading Sheila Brown's.
Cheeto Brown.
Her book is called 29 Years of Preparation.
You said Cheeto?
Sheila.
Cheeto Brown.
Cheeto Brown.
That's the cousin of Nina.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Nina, your sister named you.
Fire 716 Radio, your boy Big Frank. You're locked in it. Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be around the world. It is 31 minutes past the top of the hour. It's your boy, Big Frank Jake Sheree in the dark night.
Ooh. Who did you?
Scream! Yeah.
You about to get your feelings hurt.
Well, no, that was not for y'all. This is before y'all was prevalent in my life. Okay, we've been outside making sound effects in the hood. Shut up, all that.
So all the AKAs.
Yes. So no shout to the AKAs. Unfortunately, before the Divine Nine was even prevalent, revealed, or known to my life, we're making these noises. So don't be offended. That wasn't y'all call on this occasion. Now, you feel free if you want to check me. It doesn't matter because my knowledge, you didn't exist until I got.
You look real Undertaker.
18 maybe.
That's a fact. I was making all types of sounds and stuff.
Please, okay. I was
like, at the same time, I'm the type of person I always want to fight first anyway. So you got a problem.
If you feel like you need to check me, listen. I'm not afraid. Okay, I'm not scared. Okay, you can try to cancel me, but before you cancel me, just know they're gonna pay me because they're gonna watch my videos. They're gonna try to find out what I was talking about. They're gonna go through it. YouTube, like, oh, you get mad clout. Oh yeah, watch what they're gonna say next. Say less. Can't cancel me. Try me. I'm sorry. No, listen. You can. Right. You can listen. I know the game. Okay. Okay. You can cancel the culture. But I'm a culture vulture. That makes no sense at all.
No sense at all.
Like
No,
I
no,
said,
no beef with the AK killers. AK killers and the folks out there.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not afraid. Tell you what my grandma called them.
I'm not gonna disrespect y'all like that, but I'm not scared.
Yeah, I think you guys are nice, wonderful people.
Chosen by
Beings.
not. And if you feel like you want to chop this section out and share it to them, into the world, feel free. No, thanks. Oh my God, why would you say that? Who you think you is?
You just made it. You just made it.
I can't believe he's there. No, you're not about to get on my nerves.
You ain't about to get us soon.
Oh, if you want to sue, I'm going right to jail because I ain't got it. Okay, I can tell you right now. Oh, sorry, it's ministry inside the walls. There's the work to be done here.
Paul Grove, what's his? Letters in jail.
I don't agree. Because if Frank goes to jail, somebody is getting sick. I'm being selfish.
That's a good word. I will go to jail because the Apostle Paul wrote most of it. Listen, and read steady meals, time out in the yard, life changing.
Yeah,
so,
my apostle did 13 clean straight. Okay, we can do
before he became the apostle. Let's do the timeline right. Don't be disrespecting. Don't disrespect my daddy like that. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, well, Bishop. I was like, I ain't gonna be on that.
No, I'm just angry. I mean, no harm, no foul. Please don't judge me.
Yeah.
Please don't judge me.
We love the divine.
Right. Yeah, you know.
So my final thought, since I gotta get ready to go.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I got it.
Just go.
What's your finality?
My final thought is you can change if you choose to.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you can change if you choose to. It's all in a choice. So if you want to change, you will change. It's your choice. But don't put excuses on everybody else if you choose not to.
Dark Knight.
My final thought is, I don't really have a final thought. You know? Be blessed. Be blessed. You know, y'all. Be blessed. Be, you know. For some reason in my head, I keep hearing marriage. Get married before you do stuff. I don't know why it's just
get married before you burn.
It's just in my head so hard.
Listen, do right. Do right. My word for the day is Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-O. And on this farm, he had a cow.
Oh, yeah?
E-I-E-I-O.
Okay.
With a moo-moo here.
Yeah.
And a moo-moo there.
Here
a moo, there a moo.
Yes, Lord.
Everywhere a moo-moo.
Don't endorse that foolishness.
In other words, be careful what's on your farm. Okay? Certain things that you entertain will make a noise that can disturb your true placement in life. Okay?
I can't stand Frank.
Straight face and he's trying to get the fresh down low.
Because if the farmer didn't have the cow wouldn't move.
Right.
Therefore, the sound wouldn't affect the farmer. Yeah. No, listen. Watch your surroundings. Be careful what you bring to your life, definitely, and make better choices. Because certain people are just bringing noise and just distractions. And you have to figure out, is the sound that they're making more valuable than what they're producing? You got to compare the two. It's going down.
I don't know how you do it every time.
In Jesus' name.
Let me see y'all tomorrow.
I don't know how you do it every time.
Fresh down low. Yo, this camouflage wraparound spider creeps me out.
I'm not doing spiders.
Jeez.
Like it flattens his body and wraps around.
I'm scared of spiders.
And it's deadly. So if it attacks you, it's a dub.
I'm scared of spiders.
Yo, like that's real raggedy. I need to know what in the world is the demon in his imps. Did you come up with that?